What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. All right, what's going on, everybody? It is about 6 o'clock on Wednesday, June 4th. Brandy Davis, good afternoon to you. Mike, love the Great Clips haircut. Oh, come on, Mike, I'm overdue for a haircut, but I don't go to Great Clips. Sam, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. All right. What is going on? Just Jenny, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hiring any parts advisors? I think we might be, actually. If you go to my link in my bio, you'll see all the job listings that we have. There's a link in there that'll take you to them. Is my audio muted? Can you all hear me? Can everyone hear me? Yes, you can. Okay, perfect. What's your expectation for sales management? What KPI goals for your sales team? Obviously, we have a number of, we have a target for them to sell cars. We have a target for calls. We have a target for videos that we want them to send. And, but it's a lot about personal growth and learning, right? I don't focus, I'm not like a hardcore KPI person where I'm going to, beat people over the head with it. Have you heard from Jared? Yeah, I've talked to him here and there. Julia, hello from Delaware. Thanks for saying hi. Appreciate it. Buzz Lightyear from London. Buzz, what are you doing over in London? Good to see you. You sell cars, mate. Come on. What's that mean, Auntie Madge? Just wanted to stop by and say goodnight. Dan, well, thank you for saying goodnight. Must be late where you are. We hope to see Jared and Russ down the road. Well, I don't know if they're coming to you to do some training, but I think that Jared has fully gotten on the Russ training bandwagon, so good for him. Allie, yes, Mercedes has several hybrids, which is great. Paul, perfect. I appreciate that. My wife and I are starting to look in the next 12 months for a new SUV. We are looking at all options. What does MB have that you think is similar size to a Pilot? Similar size to a Pilot would be like a GLE. Best lease deal right now? The best lease deal right now is remaining 2024 EQB 300s. The EQBs, which is the smallest electric SUV, are bananas. They are absolutely bananas right now. So I've got a couple left. I've got one I'm looking at here. This is with local Ohio taxes, so obviously it could be different based on where you live, but sign and drive, so that's not even making your first payment. That's literally rolling your first payment into the lease. 36-month lease, 10,000 miles is $497, or I'm sorry, $479. $479. So with just a few bucks down, you're under $4 all day. So, Maddie, be careful with the 22 SLs. That was a problematic rollout year for them. So the 22 SLs are really inexpensive. A lot of those were buybacks, so just make sure it wasn't a buyback. We have a deposit on a Scout Traveler. Yeah, those look pretty cool. Any chance MB will do an electric with a range extender? I mean, the range I'm sure is going to keep getting better, but the range on the Mercedes EVs is pretty spectacular already. S580 is a V8, yes. Maddie, absolutely. Coach Reed, hello from NYC. Thanks for stopping by. Alex, what's your three-time dream car garage? Well, I would have a G in there for sure. I would have a 911 Targa GTS. And then the last car, that's tricky. I don't know. I don't know what direction I would go with that last one. I'm trying to be a little realistic here. Probably a Mercedes CLK GTR, which I think is the coolest car they've ever built. That would probably be the dream 3-car garage. What's up?
Remember how I told you about the G-Wagon yesterday?
Which one?
The one that we wouldn't appraise because we don't have photos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm running into another issue with another person who can't get me photos and wants an appraisal. So do I just tell them, okay, well,
We need photos of the car.
right. I'm saying, could we just not give them a sight unseen appraisal? Like, I don't know.
What do you mean? We have to protect ourselves. If they want an appraisal on their car, the least they can do is send us some photos. I don't understand.
I know. I'm saying this guy is out of town, and he said he can't give me photos, but he still would like pricing. And I'm like, well, I can't give this guy pricing without accurate trade information because we do the trade first. So what do you want me to do? Just wait until he comes into town and just sleep on it?
What kind of trade does he have?
The Jeep. I don't have any information on it yet because, again, there's no need for me to go down this rabbit hole if I can't even do an appraisal.
Yeah, I mean, he wants information from us. We want to give it to him. But if we don't have any information at all about his trade, no photos, no nothing, then how we can't just, you know.
So what is the whole sight unseen appraisal thing if that's not a thing?
The sight unseen appraisal just means the car's not here. It doesn't mean that we never look at it.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll just tell Amy to hold on to the lead.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, until we can get some photos of the car, we can't accurately appraise it. The last thing we want to do is lowball somebody because we don't know what the condition of their trade is. That's not a good way to do business either. Okay, no, I'm really not that tan. I think this is like just the TikTok filter. Anyway, let's see. All right, I think I missed a number of questions there. Tell us how about Mercedes is dealing with the tariffs. Well, right now what they're doing is they're eating all the tariffs on model year 2025s, and I'm sure that like most manufacturers, when the 2026s start to roll out, that's when the pricing will be adjusted to account for that. So we really don't know exactly what the plan is until we get there. Everybody's been kicking the can down the road as far as possible. Yeah, Hef, I mean, it's, you know, we don't want to be difficult. We make it very easy to do business with us, but if you're out of state and we're going to appraise your car, we just need some basic information on it, and we just need to kind of verify its condition. So anybody that's unable or unwilling to provide photos, that's, you know, we can't accurately appraise it. So, Rich, we are in the North Olmsted, Ohio area, which is just west of downtown Cleveland. Taryn, what do you suggest someone to do that finds themselves $10K upside down on their loan? Well, you really only have two options, Taryn. You either can start making extra payments towards that vehicle to pay it down as quickly as possible, or you can roll out of that into a new car. And if you're going to do that, I would really suggest that you only go into a new or a demo car that can be leased and can be deeply discounted to help you absorb that negative equity and get out of it more quickly. What you should never do is go into another vehicle on a purchase, especially not a used car, without a massive down payment. And by that I mean whatever the amount of your negative equity is and more. Otherwise, you're going to take the problem that you have now and you're going to instantly make it twice as bad, right? And that's the last thing that we want anyone to ever do. Let's see, what is the deal with the car with a hood that doesn't open? You're probably talking about one of our EVs. As they're currently designed, they don't have front hoods that open. What's Chardon like? I'm not super familiar with Chardon. It's nice. It's out on the east side. Any good lease deals on electric Gs? Well, it depends on how you define that. You know, we're definitely putting strong dealer discounts on those to look at moving them. But they're still expensive cars. They're $185,000 trucks, right? So what a good lease payment means to you, I'm not sure. But does the EQB have adaptive cruise control and heated ventilated seats? Those are optional packages. The EQBs that we have in stock, I'd have to check to see if any of them have driver assistance packages on them. Do E-model leases have a decent residual value? Yeah, they've got decent residuals on them, but I wouldn't focus too much on residual values. They tend to be arbitrary at best. How do you guys manage used car inventory, 60-day hard out, 45? We really do everything we can to avoid that entirely. Right, we try to not even get there. And if we do have a car that gets beyond 60 days, then we might wholesale it to another dealership within the group, but we really do everything we possibly can to avoid that happening. Casey, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. My Sealy 53 was stolen on transport from a Mercedes dealership. It was recovered by police. Oh man, that is rough. There's a lot of auto theft out there still. It's tough going. No, that's Brian Brennan on the brown ball back there, and then behind my head is Jim Trussell and Archie Griffin. Taryn, how would someone roll their negative equity over into a lease? Essentially, the dealership is paying off that negative equity balance on your behalf, and that amount is getting financed into the lease. So, for example, if I had a car that was being discounted $10,000 and you had $10,000 in negative equity, they would kind of offset each other, and it would sort of be like buying the car at MSRP. What's up?
Thank God, at a moment,
Yeah?
the car I'm selling does not have heated seats.
Oh, it doesn't?
So I open the door and I'm like,
Is it one of those, is that like the base GLA?
base GLA, but it has a heated wheel, but
Interesting.
it has no heated seats, and it has a pano roof.
Wow, that's
I'm like, are you good? She's like, yeah, we live in Georgia. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I just want to make sure.
okay, good. Perfect.
But I open the door and my heart sank. I'm like, oh no.
Well, we found the perfect client for it.
Mhm.
There you go.
Well, the deal was silly.
Yeah,
Silly goose.
$9,000 off. I mean, come on, let's go.
Let's go.
And market trading 25 SQ7 Prestige.
We're live.
What's up?
Somebody called in that we have a GLC 63 with 140,000 miles on it.
It was a used car.
It was a trade-in.
Yeah, we wholesaled it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't see that, but I figured. Okay.
Yeah, we wholesaled that one.
No prob.
What's going on?
Are you live?
We're live. We're doing it live.
You're doing it live?
Absolutely. Any current incentives on AMG GLB 35s? Yes. Yes, there are. There are good incentives on AMG GLB 35s. All of the 35 AMGs, CLA, GLA, GLB have incentives on them. What determines that a lease is better than a purchase? Bill, what determines that a lease is better than a purchase is really just your habits as a car consumer. How long do you typically keep cars? And if it's less than 5-6 years, you should be leasing always, especially for luxury cars. Luxury cars, it's automatic. Okay, you can make the argument that for something like a Toyota or a Honda, that you could buy it no matter what. But really, it's all about downside risk protection. And if you don't keep a car for very long, then it's too risky to finance it or even pay cash for it, because you're opening yourself up completely to what happens to the market value of that car moving forward, including things like accidents and just the car not maybe holding value as well as you might have anticipated. With a lease, you have a guaranteed exit strategy. And leasing also is going to give you a similar or lower payment on a 3-year lease as you would get on a 5 or 6 year finance. And what do consumers do? They like to stretch out finances for longer terms so that they are a little bit more palatable, and that usually ends up getting people into trouble because they are essentially financing a car for not nearly long enough to get it paid down. Is it worth paying a lease up front to have no payment? No, I don't think it is. Cody, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate that. Thanks to everybody that is a follower of mine. I really do appreciate your support. And if you're not a follower, I would humbly ask you to please consider hitting the follow button and hitting the like button as well. That helps to push me out in front of more people. I appreciate that. David, is it worth paying a lease up front? No, we just answered that one. Yeah, I would not recommend that. Great info and content per usual, Doug. We got to get you down to the MB experience in Alabama. Yes, it's been a few years since I've been to one of the MB experiences. Don't listen to this guy. He is a seller and will always be a seller. The only thing that matters is money. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yes, I do sell cars. That's part of the thing. But I'm not here trying to sell you something. I'm here to answer your questions and hopefully demystify the car buying experience and the dealership experience. Yeah, 84-month payments are definitely not something I would recommend, because they seem like a good idea at the time, right? You get a nice low payment, but again, you're just going to be paying for that car for a very, very long time. A very, very long time. Okay. What car would you put me in to get out of 25K negative? So Justin, an EV is really your only option. The EQB would be a good place to look, or an EQS SUV even. Randall, like your videos. Can you explain better some of the programs like AAA or Sam's business owner rebates? So yeah, all of those incentives are just ways to save extra money on a car. They open you up to different incentives. They're all model dependent, right? So it's not, there's no easy way to kind of go through all of them, but AAA, Sam's Club, all of that can be used on any purchase type, new car, loaner car, lease, cash, finance, whatever. The business owner incentives can only be used on true new cars on a purchase or a finance through an outside lender that's not Mercedes-Benz, right? So whatever the various incentives are that are applicable, you get whichever one is best. They're not stackable or combinable. You just get whichever is best, and they don't, there's no double dipping with financing through Mercedes-Benz if they have special rates, which they do on some cars. Maddie, we'd love to work with you and help you out if that's something that you want to explore. Again, you can go to my bio, and there's a link there that will take you to our website where you can put your information in and start the process with our team. Should you go ahead and buy extra miles in a lease if you need them? Absolutely. If you need them. What car manufacturer do you admire outside of MB and why? Really love BMW and Porsche. I mean, I've always been a big kind of German luxury car fan. And I love BMW's cars. They're sporty and fun, and Porsche is probably my second favorite brand. I just think that they're such amazing driver cars, and they're such timeless styling. So I really have a lot of respect for both of those brands. Really do. Sorry, just a moment. What does a lease look like on an AMG GT Coupe? I'd have to run one, but they're definitely not inexpensive, I will say that. What competes with the BMW M2 from Mercedes? The CLA 45, maybe the CLE 53. Is it so hard to get someone to call me back? I give all my info and no response. Danny, let me see, that's unusual. Did you submit your info to us, or where'd you submit it? See if I can find you in the, I'd need your last name to find you in the system, but I can definitely look into that right away. Oh no, I hear you, it's just very low, okay. I'm sorry about that, I don't know what's going on with the volume. I don't know what's going over, and I think, what are we live? We're live over on Twitch for the first time. There we go. Can you get me out of traveling to a soccer tournament this weekend? I don't think I can help you there, but Cordell, would you ever do a video explaining why leasing is better, especially when there's negative equity in play? Most people don't get it. Yeah, so I think I have a lot of videos that kind of touch on this subject, and I can certainly do another one that would talk about it a little bit more. But again, it really is just about shortening your timeline, right? That's what it's all about, is we want to make sure that we are not getting you into a new car loan for a long term that you're just never going to pay down nearly as fast as you're depreciating it, right? That's the key. We have to be honest with ourselves about what our buying habits are. If we know that we're the kind of car consumer that is getting a new car every couple of years, then we just can't afford to lease, or I'm sorry, finance and do super long-term finances, right? You just can't do it. So that's what leasing, that's where it comes in handy. That's where it really comes in handy. Negative equity, short-term, fastest way to get out of it. Yeah, exactly. You're cutting your timeline in half. That's really what it's all about. Curtis, my pleasure. Happy to do it. What is the current markup of a G63? We sell our G63s to our repeat clients for MSRP. When are leases the right time? I buy a car every 5 to 6 years. Yeah, so you're right on the borderline. It probably is okay for you to get to finance cars if you're getting a new one every 5 or 6 years. Yes, sorry everybody. There's a lot of questions that are coming in from 3 different channels, so it's hard for me to I do my best to try to get to all of them, but sometimes you might have to ask it several times. for me to be able to see it. Just a moment. Oh, okay, I have to work a 35,000 mile lease here. All right, so let's see what we're looking at here. We have let's see what car this is. Yep, so high mileage lease, a great option for people that drive a lot and want a luxury car and don't want to get hammered by depreciation. Right, this is one of the things that we talk a lot about, which is you finance a car, you drive a lot of miles, you're just going to get hosed. All right, so let's see here. We've got a C-Class that we're working for a Pennsylvania client. You know, it's just a lot easier if you just come here, right?
I don't think so.
It is.
You read what I requested? You got all the information?
Is there any trade?
No.
Okay, in Pennsylvania, 35,000 miles a year. AAA. All right, let's just work this up. And you said he's going to come here?
Yeah. I ate these
What does he drive
chips.
now?
He drives a Jeep.
What's he doing with the Jeep?
He's keeping it.
Because he can't provide pictures, so he's just going to keep it?
Mhm.
You're unbelievable.
I
You're
know.
going to add this Jeep in later. I know you.
I am not
We're
going
re-
to. I'm not going to tell someone they can't have a quote because you want photos that he can't provide right now. So it's like, what do you want me to do?
He
Like,
can have a
I
quote,
thought
but this
we're
is going to be
supposed
totally
respond to
irrelevant
clients
information.
Immediately.
We are, but now we're giving him information that's totally irrelevant.
I did tell him that things would change. He's aware, and he did. In the lead, he said he hasn't figured out what he wants to do with it. I'm the one who was like, "Well, let's do an appraisal on it to get it out the way." And he said, "Well, I can't provide photos right now." And I was like, "Well, unfortunately, I can't do an appraisal." And he said, "That's why I just send me the pricing without." I mean, I had this whole conversation before, so I don't know what else you'd like for me to do. Would you like for me to drive to Pennsylvania and get photos of his car?
That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would he like us to certify this car so that he can have the unlimited
I
mileage
was
warranty?
gonna say you should just certify it anyways. I'm not even going to give that option because it's like he's gonna be out of warranty in the first year.
Yep,
So.
makes sense to do it. Okay.
But speaking of unbelievable, do you know? You know what I got? I got a video of that G-Wagon.
There you go.
It took me 3 days to get it.
Okay.
Could have gotten this appraisal done in 3 days, and guess what? It's perfect.
Nice. Well, how would we have known that until we got the video?
It has 3,000 miles on it.
I've seen some crazy stuff happen in 3,000 miles. We appraised a car like 6 months ago that had 10,000 miles in it. It looked like a homeless person had been living in it for 5 years.
5 years, huh?
Yeah. There you go.
Thanks.
Yep.
Can you appraise this G-Wagon now? Here, you can watch the video.
So how'd they get you a video and no pictures?
This is another person. He doesn't have a G-Wagon, it was a Jeep.
I know I'm saying, but you still have no pictures of this, right? Just a video?
Yeah, just a video.
What's this person looking at?
A G-Wagon.
Which one?
The pre-owned one across the street, the white on brown.
The 2025?
Because we don't have a new one here, so.
What year is this? 24?
Yes.
Wants the new tech?
Yeah.
June 24th when the new text on.
No,
25.
25 is.
25.
you get a one that's a 2024, it's a whole different inside of it. It's besides the screen.
All right, so
Move that build sheet when you're done with them. I found
what
it.
is that?
It's the purple one.
Purple.
Wow. All right, why am I not seeing this, Lorena?
Because I put it in 3 days ago.
Hmm.
It's in there. It's in mine. What's wrong with this? Oh, glossy paint finish. Oh my.
What the heck? Why do I not see this car?
Because it might have expired because you waited so
Oh,
long.
yeah, okay. You got jokes. I'm telling you, it's not in here. Are you sure this is a 2024?
Oh, sorry, it's 23.
Ah, yeah. There we go. All right, 2023 G550. Oh, it's got a bad Carfax.
I know, I marked it.
Well, you said so it's got 3,300 miles and it's got a bad Carfax.
She got it fixed.
This is why we need photos of
Dude,
cars.
dude.
See.
I already asked her if she got it fixed.
It doesn't.
You think I just don't ask questions? That I'm just sitting here with my mouth closed all day? I talk a lot, so you would assume
yeah,
that
I know
that
you
I
do.
would speak to people and ask them questions, right?
Ugh.
Oh, stop.
Bad Carfax on a G is not good.
I know. But it will be fine.
Damn it.
Well, I was trying to get her to a new one, but that didn't work out. Because we have one on the water, but that's just too far out for right now.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. This is a tricky one.
Why?
Because I'm trying to figure out what kind of impact this Carfax is really going to have on it.
Well, it didn't look like it was with another vehicle, I don't think.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is that just, half the people are never going to see it listed for sale.
It says damage reported, very minor damage, so it wasn't even an accident. Probably parking or who
It looks like
knows.
we appraised this car back in April.
I know.
So,
I'm trying to get out of this car.
trying to get out of it?
Yeah, once a new one. Just nothing was the right car, essentially. So I'm trying to find the right car.
Okay.
And she's not too fond of a pre-owned, so I don't know. I'm just trying to present options.
All right.
Safe.
I'm printing it for you.
Cool.
Do you think it was a spare tire cover? Did she back into something?
Possibly.
That's usually what it is.
It shows it was in the corner, like in the back corner. So I don't know how accurate Carfax is.
That's
It
like the
shows in
number one
front.
thing that everybody does is they back into stuff because you can't really tell how far
And then
out
they
that spare
use-
tire cover hit.
How much is a tire cover? Like $2,000?
No, they're like $5,000.
Really? So
They come
that's
unpainted,
rough.
they have
so
to be
that
repainted.
makes sense why someone would want to go through insurance and
Yeah.
But then at the same token, they just lost $11,300.
Yeah, I gave a lot of it back though.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a visibility thing.
You know
In
she
fact-
lost her key in the trash can?
Wait, does she only have one key?
Well, it says one key on here, does it not?
I see that, okay. Look, yeah, AccuTrade's only docking her $550 for a key that's gonna cost us over $1,000 to replace.
No, I know, but I was saying she lost her key in the trash can. I'm like, damn, that sucks.
How do you lose it in the
I
trash
don't
can?
It's all
know.
over the place.
I have no idea.
All right, Krishan, what do you got, brother?
Okay, I got two different clients that I want you to look at the appraisals. Rizvana is a customer from Auto Alert that I called. She has a GLC coupe, but she really wants a GLE. I talked her down to getting probably just a regular GLE from a GLE 53 or 63 because she really doesn't drive like that. She's a little older.
Okay.
She owes 18,000.
What car does she have? She's got the GLC.
GLC 2019.
This one's got a bad Carfax. Oh, 104,000 miles. Does she? She's driving a lot.
That's why she got to finance.
She doesn't have to finance
no,
it.
No.
We just ran a 35,000 mile per year lease. Krishan, I'm gonna show you the way. I'm gonna teach you, brother.
Certify it. So you're the
So when it's
limited
over
miles.
15, come to her. Come to him.
Come to her. Mm-hmm.
God. So this is one of the I miss when she's got a GLC coupe.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
GLE
This is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
What is?
This 35,000 mile lease.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. Like
What car she getting?
C plus.
Oh, this is the one that has that cracked front bumper that you showed me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about brakes? Does she ever replace those? I mean, I would hope.
I think I texted her on my phone. But I asked both of them about brakes and tires.
It's got good service history. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Got a couple deals that we're working live here, but thank you for everyone who's hanging out. And if you're not following already, please hit the follow button. I appreciate that. And also the like and the thumbs up button would be great. All right, she's got really good service history. Looks like she's in Illinois. And so how'd she get to us from Illinois?
Oh, she been shot with us. This is gonna be her first car. I forget. But she loved Mercedes because at 9 years old, her dad's doctor friend, it was all in a really bad car accident, and she just knew that the car would start save her life, so she had never owned another vehicle besides a Mercedes Benz.
That's there are a lot of stories like that out there, but
She said the car accident was really bad, but something in that car made her family and her stay alive.
Yeah.
She would never switch.
well, this is a really tricky one because this is outrageously high miles. This is super miley.
Yeah.
104,000 miles. That'll make it probably the highest mile car in the country. Now it is a GLC coupe. They hold their value pretty well. It does have good service records. So, but just what the retail value of it would be, very hard to say, right? Because you're comparing it against cars that on average have miles in the 60s, right? You're more than 40,000 miles above that. Because it's over 100,000 miles, a lot of banks won't finance on it. Right, a lot of banks, they have a cutoff. Yeah, well, they don't want to, the higher the miles, the riskier it is to the bank, because the more likely it is to have a maintenance issue, which would make somebody stop paying on it, right?
Yeah.
So this could, there will be some banks that'll do it, but this might be a cash buyer car only.
Right.
But it is a GLC coupe, and I like that. So Zeno.com.
I wish you could hear her conversation. She is hilarious.
Yeah,
Yes.
good. I love that. John, what's going on, brother? Sorry, I'm live, Krishan. So if I start
Oh.
talking to random people,
I'm like, what
you'll know
the
why.
fuck?
Yeah. Why are there so many G63s in Atlanta, but everyone seems to act like they're so rare? Well, they are definitely out there, but they're also rare. It's the issue is that you've got significantly more demand than you do supply. So even though you might be seeing a lot of them out there, there's a massive supply-demand imbalance. All right. So we've got that one done, and then did you have another appraisal you needed as well?
Now, Jonathan, he got a 2022 Lexus. He is $11,000 in negative equity with it, but he has $10,000 down.
Lexus RCF, Fuji Speedway Edition.
Now the color, I couldn't understand what color to put because the way it is.
It looks like a metallic blue. Is this wrapped, or is it matte blue?
Should I ask him if it's?
Yeah, ask him if it's wrapped.
He fast texted.
This thing is wild looking.
It looks really nice actually.
It's got a carbon fiber hood.
You say is it wrapped or?
Is it wrapped or is that factory paint?
Look at the real shit. I did put it.
And this is really miley too. What the heck?
Heat blue satin.
Now, you have 28,000 miles in here, but it looks like the picture that he took is 22,834.
Oh, it might have been changed. 28 might have been what they put in as.
Okay. So there's only apparently 2 of these for sale in the country. This seems very rare. And the average miles on the 2 that are listed for sale are 12. So by comparison to those, I mean, obviously 22,000 miles isn't a lot for a 2022,
Right.
but for this car, it is.
Oh, they only got 2 of them on the other ones?
Yeah. But again, very small sample size.
Right.
Okay. So, did he get back to you?
Yeah.
Oh, here, you've got the window
Factory
sticker.
paint. Yeah.
Factory paint. So what do they call this? They call it heat blue satin. Okay, so that's a matte blue from the factory. So I would categorize that as a bright blue,
Okay.
not a dark blue, and that's like a value add option.
Because the dark blue made it go down a lot. Light blue 6.
Yeah, bright blue, it's a sports car, that's a fun paint. So I mean this car, you know, we're at 73,100, which is over MMR, but that's because it's rare, it's a hot car. I don't know that I've ever seen one of these before.
Is it
Fuji
1 out of-
Speedway edition.
1 out of 50 made.
Oh, 1 out of 50 made. Wow. Okay. There you go. And does he have new tires on it?
Yeah. When I read the car facts, it looked like he just kind of got it maybe. It looked like the tires were changed like December, I think, 2024.
Okay. Car's got nav. Surprised that on a $101,000 car base MSRP that navigation would be optional, but here we are, and it's got Levinson audio.
Oh, you know what? I never, when I put the miles on my phone, I never press enter for me to go here.
Got it. Yeah, when you're doing the appraisal on your phone, when you're done with it, you need to exit out of the appraisal. Yep. All right. Here you go, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep, there's that.
All right. One more client. I need to go to CPU and take a picture, a video of this 2022 S-Class.
Man, where are all these people coming from? Phone ups, internet leads?
Phone ups.
Well, thank you for answering the phone.
I've been trying to do 3 things at once. Okay.
Yes, so that is Krishan. He's one of our newest salespeople. We have 2 new salespeople, Krishan and John, and they're very hungry. I love it. Eric, $20,000 off a GLE 63. Wow, that's a lot. If you're getting that, go for it immediately. That would be huge. Interesting video on the G580 you posted. Yeah, that was, imagine my surprise when this morning I start hearing about an article being circulated by Motor Trend and Motor One about a Mercedes-Benz executive saying that about the G580. And it's true. Look, I mean, the sales volumes on them are very slow relative to the G550 and G63. But it's just so fascinating to me because literally we've sold probably 10 of them. And all 10 people love them. So I truly believe it is not an issue of the car itself. It's just truly Americans' appetite for EVs. So it's just amazing how people assume that they hate something before they even give it a chance. Because a lot of people that wouldn't even consider it have driven it, and now they're like all about it. Right? They love it. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, anyway, it's just kind of wild. So yeah, availability on those is good. So yeah, the Fuji edition is 1 of 50, by the way. Yeah, that's wild. I did not even know that the Fuji Speedway edition was even a thing, but pretty cool looking car. And yes, USAA does have incentives now from Mercedes-Benz. So yes, that is a new thing. So anyway, well, we have a busy evening here wrapping up, so I'm going to hop off now, put a pin in it. I apologize that the last 20 minutes I got pulled into some live action here at the store and couldn't do the questions. But I appreciate everyone hanging out. I really do. As always, we'll try to do this every day if I can. And thank you for everyone that's been so supportive and all the new followers. I really, really do appreciate that.